I don't know, man. I don't know. The half crank is
absolutely necessary if you're single speeding. You'll figure it out. You'll just have to do it. It's really, really handy in tech to be able to ratchet. So that it's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of doing full pedals, maybe it's too rocky, or maybe if in the case of the single speed, it's probably too rocky and your gear is too big. So you can't actually get you're going so slow and you're going through so much tech that you can't actually get a full pedal revolution in. And so you just end up doing these half crank, and you could do 3 or 4 sometimes to just move you along. You see it with a lot of trials riders, actually, right? They'll use the half crank a lot.
Yes. Yeah. The half crank, again, maybe we take it off the list because the half crank, you use that in the step up. So you could kind of include it in the step up top 5. Here's the thing with the half crank, Danny. It's like I've been,
and the pedal kick is kind of a half crank.
That's what I was. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. What did I say?
You said step up.
Oh my goodness! No, I meant the pedal kick. Yes.
Oh, okay.
My brain's somewhere else.
All right. I was curious about your step up technique. If you were only doing a half crank, I was like, yeah, that's a powerful crank. Look at the legs on this guy. All right. Okay. Oh boy. All right. And I don't think the half crank is something that people talk about all that much. So you're onto something there that it's not talked about enough. I don't know how key it is. I mean, we're doing the top 5, and then you're trying to throw in an honorable mention, but that's really just number 6. Yeah. And 6 doesn't have the same ring. Everyone knows you want like top 3 or top 5. You don't want top 6. Nobody does top 6, right? No,
you need another hand. You got to do another hand. It's terrible. It's top 5. Yeah. You don't want to be like,
right. Yeah. And a thumb over here,
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants to be the thumb. This is the little half crank over here, that's
the half crank. Not appealing. Is the thumb. That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
All right. Well, we are going to have to get into all right. So we need listener feedback on our top 5. Top 5 most important mountain bike skills to advance your riding. We have the trail stand or the track stand, which we haven't talked about at all. We have the enduro turn, which we've talked about in previous pods, but not really much today. The step up, which is getting up onto a ledge from a flat area. And so that can be anything from a foot to 6 or 7 feet. I mean, we've seen people do crazy step ups, right?
Yeah.
It's an awesome technique,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And well, Jeff Lenoski, if you watch the Trail Boss videos, like, the things that guy can get up, it's just, it's awesome. It's awesome. And you and I are pretty good at step ups. We get up on some, for like, regular non-pro riders, like, we're pretty good at getting up on top of stuff. I think that does tie in with the log over skill that we're not going to put into the top 5 because we're going to put in the J hop.
Yep.
And then the pedal kick. But there's lots of other skills. So listeners, let us know what you think about our top 5. We're going to do more pods on the top 5, breaking them down. Which ones are you most interested in talking about, learning about? And certainly interested, who knows how to manual? Who has tips on manuals? Do we really want to ask for tips? I don't know. There's so many videos out there on how to manual. And it's probably just a matter of practice and understanding the technique. But is a manual, if you know how to manual, is it something that's important on the trail? How often do you use it? The manual or the wheelie skill? So listener, if you let us know your thoughts on that as well. You can do that in the YouTube comments or rideandlaugh1@gmail.com.